Time for a Mark Reviews movie that deserved a better video here on my YouTube channel than the movie was in actuality. So I'm in a new location. This is my garage. And this thing is as close to a monster truck as I get. So I'm a dad who lives in the suburbs, has 2 kids. It's my Hyundai Santa Fe. We just watched the movie Monster Trucks, and I wish I could recommend it. It's okay. It's okay. It's not bad. It's kind of harmless, but it's not a great movie. And I was surprised because there were people in this movie I did not expect to be in it, like Rob Lowe, okay, one of my favorite characters of all time, Sam Seaborn from The West Wing, and he barely had a speaking role. Danny Glover from Angels in the Outfield, the manager of the Angels, he was in it. And again, barely had any speaking roles. This was a movie that starred primarily 2 teenagers, complete unknowns to me, and they did an okay job. So, basic premise, okay? Again, there's a little bit of a political agenda in this particular movie, but there's an oil company that's drilling in North Dakota, and their drill bit gets down to a point where there's this water reservoir, and below the water is the oil. And so they're supposed to stop and study whether there's going to be some kind of biological impact because there could be life down in this water area. They decide to push on anyway, and well, the oil rig explodes and out pop 3 of these monsters, basically. Okay, so Monster Trucks is not just about big trucks that drive around an arena and Truckosaurus crushing cars and stuff like that, like Sunday, Sunday, Sunday! Not that kind of monster truck. These are trucks that have monsters associated with them. So let me explain. Because this premise, this concept is, I don't know who wrote this screenplay and then who green-lighted it at Paramount, but it's a little weird, okay? I figure somebody probably said, well, kids love monsters, especially if they're not too scary, and kids love cars and trucks, so let's just put the 2 together. There's a reason that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was advertised on the same DVD, and that was directed by Michael Bay. There are fewer explosions, but kind of the concept, the premise feels very Transformers-ish, very Ninja Turtles-ish, the reboots, not the classic cartoons. There's no heart to it. It's okay. So here's what happens. So this monster gets loose in a junkyard. This kid finds it. There's a moment in there where it's very Spielberg, where it's very like Stranger Things, E.T. kind of thing. The wonder, the childlike wonder that these kids experience. And he befriends this monster and figures out that this monster likes oil. It lives off of oil, it drinks oil, eats oil, whatever. And he ends up forming this bond with this monster where it actually hides like in the undercarriage of his truck. And it puts its little tentacle things on the axles, and it can make the truck go even though it doesn't have an engine. So at this point I thought he was just going to use this truck to like race the local bully and stuff like that, but really it's this interplay between the oil company that puts profits above all else, the environment and safety and things like that, because they want to just keep drilling, and if someone finds out that they discovered life and a new species in their drilling operation, they know they'll be shut down. So they're on a mission to kill these monsters, eliminate them, take care of any corroborating witnesses that are out there, and these kids are just trying to get this monster back to its family. So you meet his parents, the monster's parents, not the kid's parents, you meet them too, but they meet the monster parents, and then there's a car chase, and everything ends up okay. And if I didn't convince you to watch the movie by this point, I won't convince you, because I have nothing better to offer. It was okay, it was pretty well acted. I thought that the girl did a good job, kind of a teenage love interest, as a motorcycle goes by. Teenage love interest. Did a good job. You'll probably see her in other things. Her name was Meredith in this movie. The teenage boy was kind of forgettable. He's okay. Rob Lowe, like I said, no speaking lines. The the adult best friend of the guy in 17 Again, the movie with Zac Efron, is the other guy. Kind of a minor role, again, teenager movie. Target audience, though, I don't think most teenagers would really love this movie. I think we're talking tweens. It's probably the target audience. My 5-year-old finally figured it out an hour and 22 minutes in. Oh, it's called Monster Trucks because there are monsters in the trucks. Yeah, an hour and 22 minutes in, but a 5-year-old got the concept once the two were married in the film. There were parts where my 5-year-old and my 8-year-old were loving it. There were parts where my wife and I thought it was kind of funny. There were good moments, but overall the movie, it passed. You know, if you need something at Redbox, you can pick it up. Your kids might like it for a rainy afternoon, but this is not one I would buy. Monster Trucks. It's not one I overly recommend, but again, it's harmless. It's just not great. Okay, that'll do it for this Mark Reviews Movies. Subscribe to this channel by clicking over here on the hood of my monster crossover. And then over here on the rear windows, check out some of the other videos that I've made. If you like my movie reviews, let me know in the comments what movie you'd like me to review next. And check out my other ones. You're sure to find something you like. Thanks.